That's right. It's time for Catching Up with Carley, presented by Meijer. And today I'm joined by Tigers outfielder Christin Stewart. How's it going, Kristen?
Good, going well. Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course. Thanks for being on. How excited are you to be back in the D?
Oh wow, we're excited. I mean, it's a little different being here in Detroit for spring training, but I mean, the weather's been good, and I mean, no complaints.
All right. So you said the weather's been good. I've been born and raised in Michigan. I don't like the humid 90-degree weather, but you're from Atlanta. So how is the
Right.
weather? Like, are you okay out there in the pants and the heat? How have you been doing out there?
Well, the humidity in Georgia is something different, to tell you the truth. But I mean, it's been hot here. We've had some hot days, but I mean, it's a lot better than being cold. I'll tell you that.
I kind of agree. I was at the ballpark sweating a bit, and I was like, I don't know how they're out on the field right now. What are
Yeah.
some takeaways that you have from camp so far?
I mean, it's been going pretty well. I mean, everyone seemed to have done what they needed to do with the little break we had and trying to train and stay in shape for when we did come back. And so, I mean, that's the biggest thing, just getting our feet wet again and getting ready to start this sprint of a season.
No kidding. So you had a longer off season than I'm sure you wanted. What did you do during that time outside of training and baseball? Did you do anything fun? Any hobbies that you acquired?
Yeah, so I mean, I just relaxed, honestly. I mean, the off season is the time for your body to recover and just I mean, all the kinks you have throughout the season to take care of. But I mean, I just relaxed, try to recover, and I mean, I went fishing a good bit. Just try to relax that way. I just find it real calming, even though if I'm not catching anything. So I mean, it was just good. Be able to stay at home with the animals. Got a dog and a cat, so I mean, it was good.
Love it. Love it. Are you the kind of person? I'm the kind of person. I have a dog and a cat. If someone asks me, are you a cat person or a dog person? I can't choose.
Well, I'm probably more a dog person to tell you the truth. I mean, we got a golden doodle called Jax, but I mean, Liam's awesome too. I mean, he's pretty chill of a cat, just sleep. So I mean, not much to do there.
Love it. Okay, something I noticed on your Instagram as well during the off season before quarantine, in January, you got engaged. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Yep, January 4th, I popped the question, and so it's been a fun ride ever since. I mean, we've just been trying to figure out different venues, and plus quarantine hit. So with that, everything kind of got pushed back. So we're going to start looking here again pretty soon,
A lot of things to maneuver through, I'm sure, during this planning
for
and
sure.
quarantine. So,
Yep.
also on your Instagram, I wanted to comment on the fact that I appreciate you using your platform to bring awareness to social and racial injustice. That's something, knowing you have so much diversity in baseball, is this something you feel like you need to use your platform to educate others?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, whatever I can do. I mean, I just try to. I mean, we linked up with the Players Alliance. The Players Alliance is a group of players, and we're just trying to use our voice to bring change and just educate people on different issues that are happening here in the U.S.
Change does need to happen. All right, so let's dive into baseball. Let's start from the beginning. How did you get into it? Did you always want to be a pro baseball player?
Well, growing up, you always had the dream of being a professional baseball player and playing in like a big league stadium and stuff like that. But at a young age, I was just having fun. You know, I was just enjoyed playing the sport, found a love for it, and as I grew older, I just realized that I was pretty good at it and that I could go to college and play. And so, around probably my eighth grade year is when I started to realize I was like a lot better than other kids out there. And so, with that, I just trained and worked my butt off, just trying to improve my craft and just get where I wanted to go.
Well, it definitely worked off because in the 2015 MLB draft, you were drafted by the Tigers in the first round. What was that moment like?
It was surreal. To tell you the truth, I wasn't even watching the draft. I was in my room watching Netflix because I kind of want to keep my mind off of it because I had no
Mhm.
idea where I was going to go, honestly. But as the draft was going on, I was just watching Netflix, chilling. Obviously, my parents were watching it because they were locked in on it. But yeah, when my name was called, I didn't even know. I just heard my mom scream, so I just knew my name was been called, and so I flipped it on, and yeah, it was just a great time, just with my family and brother there, and yeah, it was just kind of surreal because I mean all the sacrifices you made, all the sacrifices my parents made, taking me to and from hundreds of, if not thousands of games growing up. I mean it was just nice to finally reach that goal of getting drafted and have an opportunity to play in the big leagues.
I love that. That's a great story. So, of your first few years in the organization, you played in the minors, and notably in 2016 and 17, back to back, you were named Tigers Minor League Player of the Year. Did you feel like in that time you were ready for the big leagues?
Uh, I mean, with with what I know now, the more you play, the more you mature. I mean, the better of an overall player you become. I mean, half the game's mental, and so dealing with that failure at this level, the success and failure of such a long season, because in college and you never played a season that long, and to be honest, you never, for me at least, I never really failed as much as I did until I got to professional baseball, because baseball is a failures game. So with that, you have to become more mature and have a stronger mental side to yourself, and I mean that plays a huge part in where I'm at now.
Dang, that was a really good answer. I appreciate that. That was a well thought out answer. I appreciate that a lot. Well, the Tigers, they believed you were ready. I mean, September 20 of 2018, then you were called up and you made your major league debut as a pinch hitter. And then the next day,
Yeah,
you made your first hit off of none other than Justin Verlander. I mean, how much of a
I
coincidence
know.
was that? And how good did that feel to get your first hit out of the way?
Oh, it felt great. I mean, a little backstory to that. We were playing the Cardinals, and that's the game that I got pinch hit in the ninth. And Gardy brought me aside. He was like, "Yeah, I didn't start you because I wanted you to have your debut against Verlander." And so, yeah. So with that, I was like, "All right, well, you definitely want me to face the best." And so, yeah, it was pretty surreal getting that at bat and getting that first hit out of the way, because I mean I did not want to drag that first hit and not get it for a while. So I mean, it was just awesome. It was just a surreal feeling. I mean, I still remember everything about it. I mean, went through the four-hole. Altuve dove for it, missed it. I mean, it was pretty awesome.
Okay, then speaking of hits, we have to mention, of course, your first major league home run against the Kansas City Royals, because you hit not just your first, but also your second home run in that game. You must have been on cloud nine, considering you also had 6 RBI in that game as well.
Yeah, I mean that's a game I'll always remember. I mean, first big league home run, and I mean had another one too. So I mean, just having two in that game, just getting them out of the way. I mean, it was pretty surreal and just great because we won the game, and I mean, it was just pretty awesome. I mean, just a very surreal feeling. Sometimes hard to put into words because I mean, you're like you say, you're a little bit on cloud nine when it's happening. You kind of black out, like when you're running the bases, and the next thing you know, you're back in the dugout and everyone's giving you high fives and stuff like that. So it was pretty surreal.
Well, I mean, fast forward to 2019, your path led you to getting that starting left field job for the Tigers. What do you work at continuously? What is something that you every day go to the field and you say, this is something I need to get better at to make sure you win that position battle again?
Right, for sure. I mean, I focus honestly. I have my routine that I go through every day, and that what I feel like gets me prepared for the day. I mean, getting prepared for the game. And so usually it'll start off going in the cages, getting my cage work in, and then during BP going out there with Dave Clark and doing some outfield drills just to get me ready for the game. I mean, working on the start and stops, working on the jumps, and yeah, I mean that just plays huge dividends and me out there in the field and also me at the plate.
Love it. Okay, and I know last season wasn't exactly what you and the team wanted and the fans wanted, but looking forward to this shortened season now, do you think you guys have a chance to make it to the playoffs?
Oh, for sure. I mean, with the 60-game season, anything can happen. I mean, it's such a short season. I mean, you just have to get a little hot streak, and then you're definitely in it. So, I mean, we're all, as a team, really excited about this season to get it going and see where it goes. Because this year we had a good amount of older veteran guys, some good free agent signs. So we're just all really excited to get this thing going.
Well, I'm excited too, as a fan and someone who works in the organization. And I know fans won't be at the games, which will be a little weird for you guys, but do you have a message for them?
Oh, well, we love you guys. And yeah, just send us your support and send us your love through the screen. I mean, we definitely appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, Kristen, can't wait to see you out on the field for the regular season. Best of luck to you, and thank you so much for joining me on Catching Up with Carley, presented by Meijer.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.